There's something quite ironic that not many people talk about. The older we get, the more we grow used to discomfort. We get used to waking up at night to urinate, to that feeling of not fully emptying the bladder, to a weak stream that feels more like a leak. And we call it a natural part of aging. But is that really the truth? Or just something we've accepted for so long that we no longer question it? The prostate, though small, has a surprisingly large impact on our daily quality of life. It's the silent source behind many of these frustrations. The good news is, there are natural, gentle, and effective ways to support better prostate function, even to reduce its size, in just 7 days if done consistently. Today I want to share with you 8 simple but highly practical methods that can deliver noticeable results within just 7 days. These are strategies that many have used successfully to improve their prostate health right at home. This isn't a conversation between a doctor and a patient. It's a talk between two experienced men who want more healthy, comfortable, and empowered years ahead. If you feel like you're looking for a different path instead of continuing to just deal with it, tap like so I know you're listening. Subscribe to the channel to keep getting safe health solutions for life after 60. And don't forget to leave a comment below with the words, "I believe the prostate can improve in just 7 days." You never know how much that might inspire someone else. 1. Regular health checkups. A small action that can save you in the long run. There's something I often hear from men over 60. "I feel fine, nothing seems wrong, so why waste time going for a checkup?" But the truth is, many prostate issues don't show obvious symptoms in the beginning. They progress silently so gradually that we don't notice. Until sleep is lost due to frequent nighttime urination, the stream weakens significantly, or a feeling of pressure and discomfort becomes more frequent. According to the American Urological Association, up to 50% of men over 60 have an enlarged prostate, and that number rises to 70 to 80% after age 70. The concerning part is that many men don't even know they're in that group because early symptoms are often mild or easily dismissed. That's why regular health checkups aren't something you do only when there's a problem. They're a vital part of living a proactive, healthy life. Checkups help detect changes in prostate size early, assess PSA levels, an important biological marker, and most importantly, give you the chance to take preventive action before medications or more complex treatments are needed. I remember an elderly gentleman in his 70s whom I once advised. At first, he only noticed a slightly slower stream, nothing alarming. Thankfully, his son encouraged him to get checked. The results showed that his prostate had begun to enlarge, but hadn't yet compressed the urethra significantly. After adjusting his diet, increasing light physical activity, and monitoring his numbers regularly, his condition improved noticeably within 6 months. He slept better, urinated regularly, and most importantly, felt in control of his health rather than at its mercy. If you're 50 or older, consider a prostate check every 6 to 12 months as part of a healthy lifestyle. And if you're already noticing signs like frequent urination, weak flow, or the sensation of incomplete emptying, don't wait any longer. Going for a checkup isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you understand your health is priceless, and taking charge of it is one of the strongest things you can do. 2. Stress management. Have you ever wondered why, on some days, even when your diet hasn't changed and you haven't overexerted yourself, your body still feels heavier, urination becomes more difficult, or your sleep turns restless? You might not realize it, but the underlying factor is often stress, prolonged tension. Medical research has shown that stress not only affects your mental state, but also triggers a series of biological reactions in the body, including direct impacts on the prostate. One notable study from the MTOPS program revealed that men who experienced recent stress were more likely to have difficulty urinating and to feel like they weren't fully emptying their bladder, even when their prostate hadn't significantly enlarged. This explains why you might feel something is off, even when an ultrasound appears normal. Stress causes the body to produce more cortisol, a natural anti-stress hormone. However, when cortisol stays elevated for too long, it disrupts the HPA endocrine axis, throws off the balance of sex hormones, and indirectly affects the prostate. Moreover, constant stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system causes muscles around the bladder neck and pelvic floor to contract, which can make you feel the urge to urinate frequently, have a weak stream, or experience dribbling, even when the actual amount of urine is low. Another study found that men with chronic prostatitis who also had high stress levels reported more pelvic pain and discomfort, often lasting up to 12 months. Their bodies fell into a state of low-grade inflammation, and that inflammatory response further worsened the prostate condition, creating a difficult cycle to break. So how do you break free from this cycle? The answer doesn't lie in medication, but in small yet powerful habits. Meditation, slow breathing, gentle walking, and healthy social connection. Meditation and deep breathing techniques have been shown to reduce cortisol levels, helping the body truly relax from within. Just 5 to 10 minutes each morning is enough to reset your body clock, calm your nervous system, and set the tone for a stress-free day. Yoga or light stretching is also an excellent option. It supports blood circulation and helps relax the muscle groups around the pelvic area, easing urination. Walking in nature for 15 to 20 minutes a day is a highly effective way to release stress without overexertion, making it perfect for older adults. Most importantly, maintaining positive social relationships is a key factor. Simple yet sincere phone calls or conversations with loved ones and friends can ease loneliness, one of the most silent and dangerous forms of stress in old age. When your spirit is lifted, your body begins to heal. Stress management isn't a side tip. It's a vital part of the recovery and stabilization of the prostate. When you can manage your emotions, when your mind is at ease, your body begins to restore itself. Not just your prostate, but your overall health will begin to thrive. And that's why, if you're looking to reduce prostate size in 7 days, start with your mind. 3. Regular exercise. Once we've learned how to manage stress to reduce pressure on the prostate, the next question is, how do we continue to support the body from all angles? The answer lies in an activity you've always known but may have overlooked: regular exercise, and science fully supports it. Studies from Canada show that middle-aged men who engage in regular physical activity, even just brisk walking for 3 hours a week, reduce their risk of prostate enlargement or early-stage prostate cancer by up to 57%. This clearly shows one thing: you don't need to train like a professional athlete. You just need to maintain consistent, moderate movement. Additionally, researchers at UCSF found that regular exercise promotes apoptosis, natural death of cancer cells, in the prostate and activates genes that help control cancer. Exercise also helps lower excess testosterone levels and regulate hormones in the body, which are directly linked to prostate enlargement. And if you're concerned about weight or belly fat, now is the time to pay attention. Obese patients have a significantly higher rate of prostate enlargement, and losing weight through exercise is a crucial part of comprehensive healthcare. What's more, when patients undergoing prostate cancer treatment combined aerobic and resistance training, they lost up to 0.6 kilograms of fat, gained 0.9 kilograms of muscle mass, improved strength, and reduced the side effects of hormone therapy. Exercise also boosts the immune system, increases flexibility, reduces fatigue, and enhances overall quality of life. That means you're not just keeping your prostate size stable, you're protecting your mental and physical well-being long-term. So what exercise methods are right for those over 60? Brisk walking or walking in nature? A perfect choice. You can do it 3 to 4 times a week, 30 minutes per session, combined with deep breathing to improve circulation. This is also the method mentioned by competitors, but I want to emphasize, you don't need anything fancy. A pair of soft shoes and moving legs are enough. Light aerobic exercises like slow cycling or stationary aerobic routines. They help raise your heart rate, stimulate circulation, and reduce inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. Gentle resistance training. This can include light weightlifting, resistance bands, or simply using your own body weight. Just 2 to 3 sessions per week, focusing on simple, at-home movements, will help maintain muscle mass, reduce fat, improve hormone metabolism, and support prostate health. You don't need to sweat like an athlete. Just be consistent, regular, and match your activity level to your health. Studies from the WHO and Harvard also emphasize improving cardiovascular endurance by just 3% per year can reduce prostate cancer risk by up to 35%, a number that shows how small progress can lead to big results. I remember an older gentleman I once advised, over 65 years old. He started brisk walking for 30 minutes a day as his doctor recommended. Within 4 months, he lost 5 kilograms, his nighttime urination was cut in half, his sleep became deeper, and most importantly, his PSA dropped by about 15%. That's living proof that when you care for your body through movement, your prostate benefits from the inside out. Here's how you can start. Step 1. Spend 10 to 15 minutes each morning walking around your neighborhood. Gradually increase to 30 minutes over a few weeks. Step 2. Add resistance training with light weights or resistance bands. No need for heavy lifting, just 1 to 2 kilograms. The goal is to stay consistent twice a week. Step 3. If possible, include one light aerobic session like cycling for 20 minutes to promote blood circulation. Step 4. Monitor how your body feels and schedule regular checkups to evaluate your PSA levels. This helps you fine-tune your routine. See, exercise isn't just a physical solution. It's the answer to staying mentally sharp, slowing down aging, and creating a cleaner environment for your prostate, helping to prevent excessive enlargement. If you've already started or are planning to exercise, leave a quick comment. I've started walking every week. It might boost your motivation and inspire many others who are watching. And if you found this guide helpful, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can continue exploring the next health tips together. 4. Plant-based power. After building a solid foundation with regular physical activity, the next thing you need to pay attention to is your diet. And when it comes to naturally helping the prostate stay at a stable size, few things are as impactful as increasing plant-based foods in your daily meals. Studies from Harvard University and many major health organizations have shown that men who follow a diet rich in vegetables, fruits, and whole grains have a significantly lower risk of prostate issues compared to those who consume a lot of red meat and processed foods. These plant-based foods not only provide essential vitamins and minerals, but are especially rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, two key factors that help reduce inflammation and slow the progression of prostate enlargement. One clear example is the tomato. Tomatoes contain lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that can significantly lower the risk of prostate enlargement. Research shows that men who consume ripe tomatoes frequently each week have a 15 to 20% lower risk of developing prostate issues compared to those who rarely eat them. Similarly, berries like blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries are rich in flavonoids that neutralize free radicals and protect prostate cells from damage. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and kale are known for their sulforaphane and indole 3-carbinol compounds, which have strong anti-inflammatory effects and help the body eliminate toxins naturally. Regularly including these vegetables in your meals not only improves overall health, but also helps keep the prostate balanced and functioning properly. So how do you adopt this diet without feeling restricted or too far from your current habits? In reality, you don't need to switch to a fully vegetarian diet. What matters is adjusting the portions in each meal so that vegetables, fruits, and whole grains make up the majority. A simple way is to reverse the typical plate formula. Instead of filling your plate mostly with meat, let vegetables take up about 2 parts, add 1 part of healthy carbs like brown rice or sweet potatoes, and reserve a small portion for protein from fish, white meat, or legumes. Start your day with a bowl of oatmeal mixed with fruits like strawberries or blueberries. It's light on the stomach and packed with antioxidants. For lunch, add a salad or steamed veggies with ripe red tomatoes and a drizzle of olive oil. At dinner, instead of beef or pork, choose grilled salmon or chicken breast with steamed greens. These small changes won't make you feel deprived. In fact, they'll help your body feel lighter and improve digestion. If you're used to snacking on sweets or fried foods, try switching to nuts like almonds, walnuts, or a cup of unsweetened fruit smoothie. For older adults, preparation also matters. Opt for boiling, steaming, or fresh consumption instead of stir-frying in oil. Fresh vegetables should be eaten at least twice a day, and fruits like tomatoes, berries, or apples can be spread across your snacks. Every day you add one new vegetable is another layer of protection for your prostate. The more plant color on your plate, red from tomatoes, green from broccoli, purple from blueberries, the more your prostate benefits. For those who've already tried this, I'm confident you've noticed real changes within just a few weeks. Easier urination, fewer nighttime trips to the bathroom, deeper sleep, and a lighter, more relaxed mindset. If you haven't started yet, today is the perfect time to give it a try. You don't need a major overhaul. Just one more vegetable, one more fruit per day, and you've already taken a big step in caring for your prostate health. If you found this helpful, leave a positive comment like, "I've added vegetables to every meal," or "I've started eating tomatoes daily," to help inspire others in our health-conscious community. And don't forget to like and subscribe so we can continue this journey together in the next chapters. Reduce dairy and red meat. You've just discovered how to add more plant-based foods to your diet. Now it's time to talk about the next important step: reducing dairy and red meat. Many people think a little won't hurt, but studies have shown that a diet high in dairy and red meat can contribute to prostate enlargement and lead to several concerning health issues. That's why this fifth key in our 8-step journey needs to be taken seriously. Researchers at Johns Hopkins followed nearly 4,000 men over 15 years and found that those who consume more than 5 servings of dairy per week had a 65% higher risk of developing prostate problems compared to those who consumed less. Even when calcium intake was the same, simply choosing whole milk or yogurt made a noticeable difference, with higher dairy consumption linked to higher risk. A recent report from Mayo Clinic also emphasized that milk and cheese may contain hormones that stimulate cell growth, particularly insulin-like growth factor 1, IGF-1, which is closely linked to prostate enlargement and cancer risk. It's not just dairy. Red and heavily processed meats are no safer. The Nutrition Journal published findings showing that men who ate red meat daily had a 38% higher likelihood of developing prostate enlargement compared to those who ate less. That's because red meat contains high levels of saturated fat and inflammatory compounds. When cooked at high temperatures, it can produce heterocyclic amines, HCAs, which the WHO classifies as probable carcinogens. The truth is, you don't have to eliminate these foods completely, just cut back significantly. Try this. Replace red meat with white meat or fish, salmon, mackerel, chicken breast. These are lighter sources of protein that still offer essential nutrients. Opt for low-fat dairy products or switch entirely to plant-based alternatives like unsweetened almond milk, soy milk, or oat milk. Add legumes, beans, and nuts to your meals. They offer protein and healthy fats without putting pressure on the prostate. Cut back on processed meats like sausages, deli meats, and ham, which WHO recommends limiting as much as possible. According to Mayo Clinic and Healthline, just switching to low-fat milk and reducing your dairy intake from 5 servings a day to 1, or replacing it with plant-based milk, can significantly reduce hormone exposure that stimulates the prostate, creating a better environment to prevent further enlargement. If you've already started switching from whole milk to almond milk, or you've skipped red meat 2 to 3 times a week, I'd love for you to share a quick comment below. "I've switched to low-fat milk," or "I skip red meat each week." These real-life actions not only boost your own motivation, but also inspire others on the same journey. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next practical solutions we'll be exploring together. 6. Hydration is key. After committing to regular physical activity to support your prostate, you might think, what does drinking water really have to do with it? In fact, even our competitors emphasized hydration is key, and that's not just a simple reminder, it's a vital strategy for keeping the prostate functioning smoothly. Water makes up about 60% of the body, helping to balance electrolytes, support the kidneys and bladder in flushing out toxins, which is crucial to reduce pressure on the prostate and lower the risk of inflammation. According to UCI Health, staying well hydrated not only benefits the kidneys, but also benefits the prostate, since every organ needs adequate water to function efficiently. A comprehensive review on PubMed showed that water intake affects filtration and urinary flow, helping to maintain a steady urine stream and prevent concentrated urine, a common cause of bladder irritation and mucosal inflammation, which adds extra stress to the prostate. So how do you do it? Simply aim to drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, about 1.5 to 2 liters, though you may need more depending on your activity level or if you live in a hot climate. The key is to spread your intake evenly throughout the day to avoid overloading your bladder at night. Drinking too much water late in the evening can lead to waking up in the middle of the night, a frequent issue for those with an enlarged prostate. Georgia Urology states that reducing water intake just to avoid nighttime urination is not advisable, as dehydration causes urine to become concentrated, which can irritate the bladder and trigger negative reactions throughout the urinary tract. This means that cutting back on water may give temporary relief, but ultimately sacrifices long-term health. And that's a trade-off not worth making. So how can you hydrate smartly? First, set a hydration target based on your weight and activity level, roughly 30 to 35 milliliters per kilogram of body weight per day. For example, if you weigh 70 kilograms, aim for around 2.1 liters of water. Second, space your intake. Sip small amounts every 30 to 60 minutes after waking. Avoid gulping down large amounts at once, especially in the evening. Third, monitor the color of your urine. Pale yellow, like lightly diluted lemonade, means you're well hydrated. Dark yellow? Drink more. Completely clear? You might be overhydrating and should adjust. Fourth, if you're busy or not used to drinking plain water, set phone reminders or keep a water bottle on your desk. You can also switch things up with lemon slices or cucumber-infused water to stay refreshed and make it more enjoyable. I know a gentleman in his mid-60s who tried reducing his afternoon water intake to cut down on nighttime urination. At first it seemed to work, but within weeks he felt fatigued, his skin became dry, and his urination became irregular. When he switched to drinking a steady 2 liters from morning through afternoon, not only did his nighttime urination ease, but his energy improved and his prostate showed no added pressure during his next checkup. A small change that made a big difference. If you've already started adjusting your hydration habits, leave a quick comment like, "I'm drinking 2 liters a day," or "I space my water and sleep better now." Let's share and inspire others together. And if this section helped you understand the importance of hydration, don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss the next powerful tips in our journey to naturally reduce prostate size. 7. Herbal supplements. Once you've adjusted your lifestyle, from regular checkups and stress management to exercise, eating more greens, and cutting back on red meat, now I want to talk about a popular support option many have turned to: natural herbs. Names like saw palmetto or stinging nettle are no longer mysteries, but what matters most is understanding their effects and how to use them correctly, so you're not just guessing when buying. With saw palmetto, some small studies show that this extract may help relieve symptoms like reducing nighttime urination and strengthening urinary flow. The mechanism is believed to involve inhibiting the enzyme 5-alpha reductase, which converts testosterone into DHT, a more potent hormone that contributes to prostate enlargement. However, large-scale trials like Cochrane, 2012, and a double-blind study in 2011 involving nearly 370 men using high doses of saw palmetto found no significant difference compared to placebo. In other words, the effectiveness of saw palmetto may depend on the type of extract, the dosage, and individual response. A newer study showed that combining saw palmetto with beta-sitosterol significantly reduced symptoms and PSA levels after 12 weeks compared to placebo, with clearer improvement in urinary flow. As for stinging nettle, this herb has long been used to support urinary health. A meta-analysis of 5 clinical trials revealed that nettle root extract helped reduce prostate enlargement symptoms and improved urination better than placebo. Its mechanisms, anti-inflammatory effects, blocking DHT conversion, and hormonal support, have been well documented in both preclinical and clinical studies. Many users report easier urination, stronger flow, and reduced pressure in the lower abdomen. Important note when using herbs: herbal supplements aren't strong medications, but they must be used correctly. Make sure to research the extract type. Prioritize standardized extracts, such as saw palmetto, with certified beta-sitosterol or quality-assured nettle root extract. Absolutely avoid taking them without consulting your doctor if you're already on medications like blood thinners, antidiarrheals, diabetes meds, or hypertension treatments, as these could interact or alter PSA readings, leading to diagnostic confusion. Always check with your doctor first to avoid unnecessary risks. You should also monitor your body's response during the first 3 months, as herbs typically take time to work. If after 6 to 12 weeks you notice reduced nighttime urination, a steadier flow, and a calmer mind, with no adverse effects, you may consider continuing at a low-maintenance dose long-term. I met a gentleman in his 70s who used standardized saw palmetto with beta-sitosterol and nettle root. After 3 months, he reported his nighttime urination dropped from 3 times to just 1 to 2 times and no longer felt lower abdominal discomfort. While this is just one personal account, it's a clear example that proper herbal use, combined with good tracking, can lead to real improvements. If you've tried saw palmetto or nettle root, feel free to leave a quick comment like, "I've used saw palmetto," or "I take nettle root daily." Real-life experiences like this motivate others and help them feel more confident in their choices. And if you found this section helpful, hit like and subscribe to continue with us as we explore the final tip in our prostate support journey. 8. Sitting posture and bathroom habits. Small details, big impact. If you've ever thought, how could the way I sit or go to the bathroom affect my prostate? This is the time to listen closely. Many studies have shown that even a small change, like sitting while urinating instead of standing, can bring significant benefits for those dealing with prostate issues. A meta-analysis from PLOS-1 found that for men with lower urinary tract symptoms, LUTS, sitting while urinating reduced the average post-void residual, PVR urine by nearly 25 milliliters compared to standing. That level of effectiveness is comparable to alpha blockers, a class of medications commonly used to treat prostate enlargement, in improving urinary flow rate, Qmax, and reducing voiding time, TQ. In simple terms, just by changing your posture, you can make urination smoother, reduce pressure on the prostate, and lower the risk of infection or inflammation recurrence. If you tend to sit for long periods, due to work or habit, a rigid sitting posture can create pressure on the pelvic floor, reducing blood flow around the prostate. Very Well Health warns that prolonged sitting increases the risk of prostatitis due to this continuous pressure. Another article from Sally, a specialist in posture medicine, highlights that repeated compression of this area for hours each day can damage soft tissues around the pelvic floor, affect urinary function, and push the prostate into a prolonged inflammatory state. Here's how you can make simple adjustments. 1. Sit down to urinate instead of standing. Try to make this a habit, especially at night or when you feel difficulty urinating. 2. Avoid sitting continuously for more than 30 to 45 minutes. Get up and walk lightly for 1 to 2 minutes during breaks to relieve pelvic pressure. 3. Use chairs or cushions that are soft and suitable for older adults. Avoid hard surfaces that bounce pressure back onto the prostate. 4. Don't hold it in too long. The rule is to go as soon as your body signals the need, to avoid bladder strain and prostate pressure. I know a man in his 70s who used to sit and work for 2 to 3 hours straight. After switching to sitting while urinating and standing up every 45 minutes during work, he shared, "My urinary stream is stronger, the flow isn't interrupted as much, and I no longer feel that jolt when I get up suddenly." It's a small change, but one that brought major comfort to his daily life. You may not realize how these little things are quietly making a big difference for your prostate. If you've tried or are starting to sit while urinating, leave a quick comment. "I sit when I urinate," or "I get up every 45 minutes." Your small share can help spread good habits to many others. And if you found this content helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can join me for the final wrap-up of our journey together. We've just gone through 8 practical, relatable tips that you can start applying today to naturally support a reduction in prostate size. The most valuable takeaway isn't just the knowledge you've gained, it's your initiative. You've taken the time to listen to your body and understand that health doesn't lie solely in a doctor's hands. It lives in the daily choices you make, from drinking an extra glass of water, choosing vegetables over red meat, to adjusting your posture when you urinate. The lesson here is clear. Taking care of your prostate doesn't have to begin with medication. It begins with your lifestyle. The seemingly small things, like a full night's sleep, a strong urine stream, or not having to worry when the night falls, all stem from the small changes you're making, step by step each day. If you've started using any of these 8 strategies, leave a comment to share your journey. I've chosen to drink enough water every day. I've replaced red meat with fish and legumes. Or I've started getting up every 45 minutes at work. These comments not only help you remember your commitment, they inspire others too. All content in this video is for informational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Before making any changes to your lifestyle or starting supplements, consult directly with your doctor or healthcare provider to find what's right for your personal health situation. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to click like to support us, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest videos on prostate health, joint care, and quality of life for your golden years. And if you want to keep learning, click one of the videos now appearing on the screen, or check out the recommended video on the right, where we've prepared even more valuable health topics just for you. Thank you for staying with us through the video. Wishing you health, peace, and a lighter life every day. See you in the next video.